You didn't fail. The system failed you. And we have fixed that so that you can be visible and valuable like you were always meant to be. How you doing today? My name's Steve Kidd. After 40 years of working in marketing space and having the amazing privilege of working with nearly 5,000 people, everywhere from writing to publishing, but most importantly, as a marketer, marketing their books to bestseller and everything that goes beyond that, I've been so blessed to help so many of you and so many other people with their book. I also have 39 books of my own, every single one of them a #1 international best-selling book. And that is a possibility. In fact, it's a very real reality for you. In fact, when I help people with their books and making them bestsellers, I have a 100% success making people's books bestsellers. We've never missed, and we never will, because we understand how the Amazon algorithm works. But here's the thing, and here's the honest confession. We didn't do the things that we should have been doing to really, truly help you continue on with that. And I apologize for that. There is so much more that needed to be done. I even wrote in my book, my 20th book is called Bestsellers Only the Beginning. I'm not completely, but I'm totally restructuring and rewriting the book, adding so much more into it to really, truly give you actionable stuff and show you how to be able to do it. Because unfortunately, myself included, every author understands the exuberance. Okay, so there's 3 stages here, all right? The night before your book comes out, every single one of us has that question. Yeah, but what if my book's the one that doesn't make it? We've all done it. I question it on my own books every time. And then we launched the book. And because of the nature, back 5-6 years ago, even maybe 4, making your book a bestseller was literally always, international bestseller was literally always something that was going to happen on the very, very first day. It was going to happen day one. Absolutely it was. And then what ended up happening was that, Amazon tweaked its algorithm and different things like that. And now it's more like about 24-ish hours in the US, so Amazon.com. And it's running closer to about 48 hours for all the international countries, some of them even going as much as 72 hours. I even had one the other day, a couple weeks ago, that it was more like the 4th day before the statistics started showing up. And there's some things that we can do and some things that we have added in that can pump up the volume on that, if you will. But that is stage 2. Stage 2 is you become a bestseller. Oh, hallelujah. It's amazing. Wow. Yay. So super cool. All of those kind of things, right? It's so exciting. It's exciting for us to get to be a part of that. But I know that for the authors, it's even more exciting for them to be able to really, truly see their book make it to bestseller. I want to show you, I've never done a share here in a live, so bear with me. I'm just going to try it and see if I can show you here what it looks like and let you kind of visualize, how it would feel to be able to have your book do the same kind of thing. Select window or screen. Like I said, I've never done this before, so bear with me for just a minute while I do that. Okay, perfect. All right. So this is the book that is launched right now. Derek McNulty, his book, A Life by Design. Really great book, amazing book. It's like 400 pages or 363 of just powerfully cool material. This is the book on Books on Purpose. It's going to work with you on mindset. Really, really cool. And you can go back a couple of days and you can see Derek and I talking live about his book. But here's the fun part. was when you scroll down to the product details section and you see that this book is a bestseller in 1, 2, 3 categories. But as if that wasn't enough, if you click over here, this is Amazon Canada, just in case some of you aren't familiar with it. It's also #1 in Canada. That's right. Derek's book, let me go back up to the beginning here. A Life by Design is a #1 international bestseller. Now we got to figure out how to be able to stop sharing the screen. There we go. So I wanted to be able to show that to you because I wanted you to be able to see clearly what I'm talking about. That's stage 2. Okay, so stage 1 is, the fear, the worry, all of that stuff. Stage 2 is, wow, my book is a bestseller. That's amazing. And I should, right now, while I'm thinking about it, I should tag Derek and just kind of let him see the celebration, possibly, if DEREK. See, we can do our lives here, and we can actually share fun stuff while we're doing it. And it's total euphoria. No matter how many times your book becomes a bestseller, I can tell you, it's always a really cool thing. Unfortunately, there's been a stage 3 for every single person I know. All the people I've worked with, the thousands I've worked with, and everybody else. Okay. And that includes, Lisa Nichols. For those of you who know Lisa, she was in the book and the movie, The Secret. I could do another thing here. Let's look at, okay. So many of you know the book, The Secret. Okay. And I'm just literally going to look it up here. And then I'm going to go back and share the screen again. Okay, so for those of you who, for some reason, don't know the book, The Secret, and I'm just, okay, there we go. So there is the book, The Secret, right? And there's multiple authors in that book. Lisa is just one of the authors in that book. And as of today, that book came out in 2006, so it's almost 20 years old now. As of today, you're scrolling down live here with me. I don't know. I haven't looked at this beforehand. Okay. That book is still on the bestseller list. It's not #1, and that you're number 23 in Success Self-Help is massively cool. Okay. And those are book listings. Let's just go back up here and look at the ebook just to see, because I know a lot of people, especially first glance at ebooks, and you can see that in New Age, New Thought, it's #8. So because we're talking about Lisa, let's bring up Lisa's book, Lisa Nichols. For those of you that don't know, Lisa, besides being somebody that I consider to be a good friend, she's also, she's also actually my youngest daughter's mother-in-law. So Lisa Nichols' book, Abundance Now. All right. And we're just going to, again, I'm going to go over to the Audible or the ebook version of it. Okay. So this book came out. We'll scroll down. You can see Abundance Now. Lisa Nichols. That was right after Lisa had very first lost all the weight. And I'm proud of her for having kept it off and stuff. Okay, you can see that it came out March. Well, no, it didn't come out March 19th of 2024. This must be a re-edition. That book came out in about 2017 initially. I wonder if any of these will share it with us, or if they reproduce it. They may have re-released it outside of HarperCollins. Yeah, okay, so there you go. January 15th, 2016. There you go. That was the original one. You can see here, this is the print book. It's in the top 1,000. And if we go to the ebook, just go back to that. And this is a re-release of it. So they re-released it here just last year. And you can see that one is ranking the same way. All right. And that's what I'm talking about when I talk about this phase three letdown. And Lisa's massive. I mean, Lisa has traveled literally the whole entire world. You can see that Steve Harvey actually wrote the foreword for that book. This book, when she launched it, she did so. One of the elements of it is she was on Steve Harvey's show and was actually offering help and advice to people at that time. I mean, major, massive kind of things that were happening in 2016, right? And now the book's 988. Okay, whereas the success, whereas the self-help category that The Secret's in, it's still in the top 100. She's just shy of 1,000, and that's a real letdown. And that's because in phase three, we move away from an intentional plan of what are we going to actually do with the book. Now, and I've been, just as guilty of this. I've taught it for years and years. There's no money in books. All right. I love how Seth Godin said it. I think I even said this yesterday too. If you're writing your book to make money, then don't. But if you want to make money, you absolutely need to have a book. The book is, like I always refer to, it's the lost leader. It's the milk at the back of the grocery store. It's to get you into the store. Okay. But like we talked about yesterday, with it being the really powerful business card, it's that business card that people aren't going to throw away. It's that way for you to be able to give to people, gain their know, their like, their trust, and then lead them to having you be a speaker, having you become be a trainer at their company, taking your course, joining your group, all those kind of things. That's what your book is intended for. That's where it fits in the process. The problem is that when we have this explosion and then ghosting, this, I'm a bestseller, nobody knows I exist, I'm completely invisible. And I could show you ones of my own books that, literally, and yes, they absolutely made it to number one, both in the US as well as in multiple other countries. And every year I go back and we've got Thanksgiving coming up. Shameless plug. I would love to have you join us Thanksgiving week. We start on Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving, and go all the way through Cyber Monday. And I'm going to be sharing not just my books, not just Willie's books, but anybody that wants to join in with us. All I need is just the link to your book and for the book to be free those particular days. There are a whole bunch of other strategies that we're going to teach you this month that have nothing to do with your book being free, but that particular week we really want to use the fact that everybody's searching. Thanksgiving is a great day to do a promotion like that because people, they do all the big cooking. There's 2 times during Thanksgiving Day. There is the everything gets all fixed up and stuff, and then it's in the oven, and then you're just really what you want to do is take a nap, but you really can't because, you got to kind of keep an eye on things. Perfect time where a lot of us get on the computer and we scroll, or we play some kind of little computer game or things like that. Okay. Later on in the day, there will be football games on and stuff like that. But especially, if you've got, like, say, for example, family coming over, that whole morning prep time and everything, and then you're just kind of letting everything cook and simmer and all those kind of things, waiting until the family shows up. Okay, that's one time when we've got eyes on, and that's a perfect time for us to have free gifts that we can give to people. You've done all this work here, let me do something for you for free. Give them our highly actionable, really powerful book. And so you can, I would love to have you be part of that with us. Okay. All of this is to amplify you. And if you want to, if you drop the word amplify in the comments or send me a direct message, amplify, I want to show you and walk you through all of that. Okay. The second time during Thanksgiving is after everybody eats. Everybody eats, and typically speaking, okay, now there are some really type A personalities in the kitchen that as soon as the last dish is done, they then spend the next 2 hours doing dishes. So either after all the dishes are done, or a lot of times, like in that interim, when you're all full, you've eaten too much. I didn't last year. I intend not to again this year. But those kind of times, again, people go to the computer. They're on their cell phones. They're scrolling. They're just kind of looking at random stuff. It's a great opportunity for you to be able to get eyeballs, but you have to be in a place where you're visible. And that's what we need to do all month long. You see, you can't wait until the day before Thanksgiving, before all the guests arrive, the day of Thanksgiving, Cyber, or rather Black Friday, after you get done with all the shopping and you're sitting around, Small Business Saturday, Cyber Monday, all of those great holidays. There's something that Sunday is, and I can never remember what it is. I apologize to you, Sunday, for me not knowing what your special day name is during that weekend. But it's a great opportunity, but we have to be visible and poised and ready to be able to do something with that. We need our book set up in the right way. We need our exposure to already be there. We need to already be on or building towards the bestseller list, either for the first time or again, so that we can really, truly be ready to maximize and capitalize on all that is just losing my point of losing my focus here for a second. All that is you being visible and valuable and the promotion for that week. So we need to build up to that, because you need a sustainable, ongoing, permanent process to allow you to be able to capture people's attention, gain their know so they know you. Let them have an opportunity to like you. And then through what we do in that book, help them trust you, because we buy from people that we know, like, and trust. I've got a system all together, every single step along the way, because what I'd really like to see you do is not deal with phase 3 that we've talked about, where you've had that high mountain and then you have what I've referred to a lot these days as ghosting. Your book literally ghosts you. You went on this great date, you became #1 international bestsellers, and then the book does nothing for you, doesn't contact you at all. It's because there's not a program. Okay, I'd like to see you skip that stage 3 let down completely and move immediately after your book launches into stage 4. And that's about sustainability. That's about having a consistent, intentional plan to get reviews, to have a certain number of sales that are coming in on the regular basis, because those ongoing sales, they keep you top of mind on Amazon's algorithm, and then other people will find you. There's the whole element. So with launching, we set up the SEO so that you can be even found at all. With launch day, we make you a bestseller because you need that credential. You need a third party to say this book is worth it, i.e., it's the best-selling book in this category, or it's at least on the bestseller list. If I never want to overpromise and tell you that absolutely you're going to hit #1 or hit #1 in 3 categories like Derek did, but it's that kind of a deal. All right. And then we need an intentional, ongoing marketing campaign. Now, we need to also have the backside to that. And that's what are we going to do with the book? And we will talk about those kind of things. And that's what I'm here to do. We've been a marketing company for 40 years. We've worked with 5,000 people. We have, in the last just 2 weeks, there are 4 different books ourselves. We did it with ourselves first. Derek's book, the Taxion's book. I mean, we have on, and we are continuing to do this. We're going to prove it to you. All right. When I bring out my new book, revision of my book, Bestsellers Only at the Beginning, I'm going to not only make it a bestseller with the free days, which I'll probably actually reserve and use over the Thanksgiving weekend, just like I'm suggesting you doing. But before that, I'm going to bring in reviews, and I'm going to show you. Now it takes a couple of weeks because we want to actually have legit human reviews. We want to give them a couple of weeks to read the book. We've got that whole process in place so that there are legitimately people that are buying your book, not that are paid to buy your book, but people that are buying your book and reading your book and leaving reviews. We got all of that for you. Okay. And there's several other books that we've actually done this with just in the last couple of weeks. Michael Kurtzman's, his book immediately shot back up to #1 from just the beginning of what we're doing. And he's got some reviews that are coming out and all those kind of things. And there is ongoingly a whole process that's involved in you being visible and valuable. Because the silence that came in phase 3, that wasn't failure. It just means that you need phase 4. You need to be seen again. You need an intentional, ongoing, sustainable process to make the difference in this world that only you can make, to position your book as that lost leader to lead people to everything else that you're going to do. And we've got that for you. So do drop in the DMs or in comments, drop the word amplify. I'm looking forward to working with you. I'm excited about it. I didn't mean for today to be quite as sales pitchy as it was, but I wanted to show you some real proof, and I'm really excited about it because I know the hurt and the pain of the silence after the launch. And I want to save every single last one of you from that. Whether your book is 20 years old, whether your book ever made it on the bestseller list or not, wherever your book is, and your book may be like The Secret was, and you may be at number 28, I think was what the top one was. And you need an intentional process to keep it there. Or your book may be number 988, like Abundance Now of Lisa's was. And Lisa needs a process to bring that book into the bestseller list. Your book may literally, when you scroll down to that product details page, like you just showed I just showed you to do, your book may literally show nothing. There may be no, your book is 5 millionth. There may be no category rankings at all. And that's okay. This process works. It works no matter how old your book is. We've done it with books that are 25 years old. We have 100% success, but then we're also bringing in the piece that, again, I'll end where I began. I apologize for not having given this to you sooner, but I've got all the pieces in place now. Let's do it. You deserve it. You need it. Somebody's waiting on you. Let's make it happen. Until we're together again next time, thanks so much for being here with me. Tomorrow we'll talk about the proof is in the rankings. Kind of actually already did that today, but we'll talk in more detail about that. And specifically some of the very specifics that we've done the last couple of weeks. And until then, I hope you have a great week.